Hello, and thank you for joining On Air with Russell of Hotels, live hospitality talk show. You know what? I apologize. No music today. I'm actually live somewhere else. I'm on location. Okay, so I'm actually live. In fact, let me just go ahead and boom, put that stuff up here. I'm live from Phoenix, Arizona today. Hopefully, you guys can hear me okay. I'm just I'm like I said, I'm away from the home office and away from the roadcaster, so I feel kind of naked. So so I want to make sure that I am transmitting out there. I got my earplugs on, and I'm trying to hear my phone and see if you actually can hear me. If I can hear myself, but I cannot do that. So if you guys can just let me know before I continue to move forward, if you can actually hear me. I know you can see me because I can see myself. So I'm just gonna go with it and just see, right? And just we'll just go with it and just hopefully everything goes well. Yeah, I can see myself. Can someone just make a comment? I would appreciate it. If you just say, "Hey, I hear you fine. You sound good. You look good." All that kind of stuff, and I would appreciate it, and I'll continue on. But let me see. Let me just make sure I got a thumbs up, I think. So I think that means all is okay. Yeah, I got four comments. Let me just see. I can hear you perfectly. Okay. Yep. Marsha says okay. Ofi Kojo says okay. Robert Grant says yes. Lonnie Wolf, I can hear you perfectly. You know what, Lonnie? I can always count on Lonnie. Lonnie's my guy. I can count on him live from Florida. Lonnie's gonna be on the show. We're gonna try to get him on the show this month. I mean, I don't know what Lonnie's schedule is, but we're gonna try to get him on the show this month or sometime soon. So, real quick, I'm live in Phoenix, Arizona. So no music today. Normally, for people to just join in for the first time, I have like little intro music, and someone saying, "Hey, welcome to the, on air with Russell of Hotels." Blah blah blah. Well, I didn't have that today, so either I'm going to sing myself or I'm just going to continue on with the show. So I think you guys would rather me just continue with the show. But and I'll make sure. Oh, thank you, Stacy. My brother's even on today. It must be a banner day if he's on here. So no, I appreciate everyone for being on. I got two Edmonds on the show. You know what? You can't ask for more than that, right? You got two Edmonds on the show, and including me, there's three, right? So, but anyway, today's Tuesday, January 4th. Happy New Year to everyone. On air with Russell of Hotels. This is show number 141, and I break them down into seasons, right? So this is season four, okay? So like season four of The Bachelor, that kind of thing. But 141 shows, so I just break it up. So we're going into our fourth season, our fourth year, if you will. So actually, my first show was, I want to say it was January 28th of 2019. So, man, that was something else. So 2019 was a year. But yeah, but it was good. The show's been good. I've been going ever since. I think I only took out 2 weeks. And then everything else, I've just been going show, every week, every Tuesday, 1 o'clock PST, although it's 2 o'clock in Phoenix, Arizona. But that's okay. I mean, we just roll with the punches, right? So, but thank you guys so much for joining. Let me just make sure I see any other comments. No comments yet, but I do appreciate everyone from joining in. So we're live on LinkedIn. That's my preferred platform of choice to be live on. So we're live on LinkedIn, and this becomes a podcast. So this same, the audio that you hear will be a podcast later today, or actually tomorrow, because like I said, I need time to download it, and I won't be able to do that until I get back home, which will be probably tomorrow. So expect the podcast, but it's on Spotify, or just Google On Air with Russell of Hotels podcast. I just want to make sure how easy it was to find these podcasts, right? Because I can always throw out, oh, just go to Spotify.com and find it, or just Google it. But yeah, you can Google it, but just Google On Air with Russell of Hotels podcast, and it goes right to all the shows, right? So if you missed a couple and you're interested in going back and see how I've evolved from the first show to the 141st show, you're more than welcome to do that. So, and I appreciate it if you did that. So, Lonnie Wolf, Happy New Year. 2000, yeah, Happy New Year 2022, 4 years, Russell. Yeah, 4 years. Thank you so much, Lonnie. I appreciate that. Yeah, it's been 4 years doing the show. Started off, and I always tell people this, right? I got a little time, right? So I always tell people if you're interested in doing podcasts or anything like that, you don't have to start off with a lot of stuff. You don't have to start off with a lot of stuff, meaning equipment. Okay, yes, I have a Rodecaster Pro. Yes, I have a new laptop. Yeah, I have microphones and headsets, at least back home, right? So, but you don't have to start off with that. I mean, I'm right now just with my laptop, right? I just with my laptop, I have my phone here because I want to look at the comments that are coming in through LinkedIn because for whatever reason, LinkedIn does not jive with this eCam. So I have to have my phone here, and then I have my iPad with my notes on it. So, you have to have a format, right? So I have to read my format. So I don't just, all the stuff I'm saying is not just coming off, some of the stuff comes out, just come out of the top of my head, right? But most of the stuff is, I have it written down. So I'm reading as I'm talking to you. So, and then I have this eCam where I can go to different scenes, right? So, like I said, I can go to that scene or I can just go back to this scene, right? So I go like 20 different scenes during the show. So it's like a storyboard for the most part. So if you're familiar with how directors and writers, producers, how they produce TV shows or movies or even music videos and things like that, they use a storyboard, right? So this is basically what that is. So it just basically goes and from scene to scene, I can change what it says, right? So you can see that, you can see that, so it's just, but like I said, I didn't start off with this stuff because I learned from other people. So pay attention to, people that do podcasts, study those people if you're interested in doing a podcast. It's not out of the realm of possibility by any stretch of the imagination, but you just have to know what you're doing. And I mean, a lot of people have a lot of things to say and they gotta say it, right? So I have a lot of stuff to say. So that's why I'm doing what I'm doing. So some people are probably thinking, can you get on with the show? I don't know what the heck he's talking about podcast. I don't want to do podcasts. I just want to listen to you. Okay. Okay. All right. You want to listen to me? Okay. You got it. So, and I laugh at my own jokes. Okay. So, but thank you so much. Like I said, Happy New Year. It's going to be a great year. 2022 is going to be a phenomenal year. I got some, a slight tweak in some of the stuff that I've been doing as far as the show, or maybe just maybe I got a tweak in my attitude. I don't know, but we're going to move forward and I'm going to let you know what some of this stuff is. So, marketing disruptor, I'm a disruptor of the status quo. This show is a disruptor, meaning I'm doing something that no one else was doing, right? I'm doing things against the grain. Yeah, there's some other hospitality podcasts and things like that, but as far as the people I know in my circle and my network, I'm the only one doing it, right? So I said, well, how do I get my brand out there? How do I get this Russell of Hotels out there? Let people know what Russell of Hotel stands for, what Russell Edmond does, what he stands for as well, right? Or just get that brand presence. And this is the best way for me to do that, and I can reach more people than I can reach at a conference or a trade show and things like that. So, and this is there forever. So once it's been done, it's there, right? So why not be a marketing disruptor? So this is my way of being a marketing disruptor. So some of the new things that I'm gonna come up with, Russell, for those who are new to podcasts, make sure make sure to tune in every Tuesday 4 p.m. You will learn to include getting excited with his amazing guests. Okay, this is what Lonnie says. Okay, this is from Lonnie. So, for people that can't see this, it says for those who are new to Russell's podcast, make sure to tune in every Tuesday at 4 o'clock. So it's 4 o'clock for him because Lonnie is in on East Coast time. He's in Miami, Florida, or he's in Florida. So but which would be 1 o'clock in California or in Arizona, or that's mountain time, that would be 2 o'clock. Okay, so just adjust if you're in Chicago, 2 hour difference as well. So just make sure you adjust the times for that. But yeah, I'm here, rain or shine, rain or snow, and it was raining in LA when I left last week. It was raining like crazy, but we still had the show, right? I don't do it outside, so as long as I have electricity, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the show. But anyway, so there's a couple things that I just wanted to make mention of. Okay, Hospitality Unplugged. So hashtag Hospitality Unplugged. You'll see if you follow me on social media, everything that I post will be ended with this hashtag Hospitality Unplugged, which is basically my hashtag. Um, means that we talk about everything. I discuss everything hospitality, the good, the bad, the ugly. We talk about hotels. We talk about tourism, tourism boards like CVBs, Convention and Visitors Bureaus, things like that. Restaurants, the good, the bad, the ugly side of restaurants. Non-meat eats. We talk about that. I mean, for people that don't know, I'm 100% plant-based, vegan, if you will. I have a vegan diet, but not vegan ways. Let's put it like that. So I'll talk about that, like restaurants that I found, or maybe dishes that I prepared that I think may be of interest to someone. But that's what hashtag Hospitality Unplugged means. It's just we cover the gamut as far as hospitality. Next week, I'm gonna have an influencer on her. Well, I don't know if she calls herself an influencer anymore. Influencer. That was a name maybe 3 years ago, but now people are getting away from it. I'm a travel blogger, a travel writer. I'm a journalist. There's different words that they're using now. They don't like the word influencer for whatever reason. But Kat Von B is a travel writer. She's going to be on the show next week. In fact, I probably could have had her on the show today, but I needed to come on and the first of the year, I needed to be on the show and just talk about stuff, just new stuff, if there's any new stuff at all. So, but be on the lookout for Kat Von B. Goes by the name of the Traveling Greek. Okay, she spent the last year in Croatia and Greece. Okay, well, she got stuck in Croatia because the COVID hit and vaccinations and things like that. And here it's easy to get vaxxed and to get tested. There in these other countries, it's not as easy because there's the things are not as plentiful as they are here, right? The vaccinations are not as plentiful there as they are here. So we take a lot of stuff for granted. But when she was telling me some of the things that she had to go through to get vaxxed or to get a test, I mean, I can go today and get it right now. I can go in 15, after the show's over and go get a test, right? So I mean, it's easy for us, but for other countries, it's not as easy. So always keep that in mind, okay? When you're traveling, especially, always keep that in mind and plan accordingly or plan ahead if you can. Okay, before I get to the industry news, I wanted to there's three things that I wanted to do, three things that I want to be this year going into 2022 is be intentional. We've heard that phrase. People always throw out these buzzwords. Oh, I'm going to be intentional with this. Yeah. Well, being intentional means make decisions and take actions on what's important to you. So moving forward, there's going to be some things that are important to me. Like representation, and that's the third one, right? But I'll get into that. So make decisions and take action on what's important to you. That's what being intentional means. Number two, be me or be you, if that's, if you're talking about you, but we're talking about me, right? So I'm gonna be me, meaning I'm always me anyway. I'm silly sometimes, I can be serious, whatever. Well, sometimes I can be serious, but you always want to be you. And when people say, "Well, be your authentic self," make whatever. Just be you. Okay, that's what people mean when they say, be authentic, like social media or maybe on live shows or whatever. Be you. And I can only be me, right? And this is my show. I direct, I write, I produce, and I'm the host of it, or I star in the show, right? So you have to be you, right? You have to show your true personality. That's one thing I remember my dad when I first started doing the show, and he would look at it, he would watch it, and he said, you know what, I like it because your true personality is coming out, or you can get your personality out. I'm like, yeah, I guess so. I mean, I didn't even think about that, but me being silly or whatever, and obviously he knew that, right? He was like, yeah, well, your true personality is definitely coming out. So, but no, I appreciate it when he said that, right? So I'm like, okay, yeah, be me, be you. Don't try to be someone else. I'm not trying to be the other people that are doing podcasts. And I always say this: I don't compete with anyone but me. I compete with me, meaning I want to deliver the best podcast that I can, which means I have to get better equipment. So once I got to a certain point, if I got, once I got to say, at the end of 3 years or mid 3 years, I said, you know what, I need to up my game because, like I said, I'm competing against me, and I want to make sure I deliver the right product or the best product that I can deliver. So, getting Ecamm, getting another laptop, getting the pod or the roadcaster, the headset, the microphone, all that helped me up my game. So there you go. Reggie Woolridge, Happy New Year and keep it going. All the best. Man, you know what? This Reggie Woolridge, man, I haven't seen this guy in years. We used to work together. Um, with Sunstone Hotels years ago. See, that's why I like this show. It's interactive. And I encourage, and I didn't say that before, but I encourage it to be interactive. I want people to get involved and ask questions or make comments. You know, this, like I said, this guy I haven't talked to in years, and I didn't even know he watched the show. And maybe it's just timing. Maybe timing was good today. I don't know. But Reggie, I appreciate you coming on and making those comments. It's good to see you. I think you're in St. Louis, somewhere in the Midwest. You know, I try to keep tabs on you, but you know, you're here and there. That's one thing about hotel people. We don't stay put. I know Reggie when he was in San Diego. Okay, he was in San Diego. I think he was in Carson. Then all of a sudden he disappeared, and now he's in. I think he was in New Orleans, then Kansas City, somewhere. He's been all over East Coast. He's been everywhere. So Reggie, I appreciate you. We got to get you on the show, Reggie, to see where you are. He's a hotel general manager. And yeah, we got to get him on the show because he's no, okay. He's in Dallas, Texas. Really, Reggie? Okay, all right. But you were in the Midwest, if I'm not mistaken. Please tell me that I'm not losing my mind and you were in the Midwest somewhere. But Reggie is in Dallas, Texas now. I want to say the last hotels, it was Starwood Hotels or they're Marriott Hotels now. But he was big with Starwood at one time, but before the merger. Okay, but I'm sure he's still, you know, once the merger happened, I mean, he's still with the Starwood property. But but yeah, so that's good. So sorry I had to, you know, jump on that, but that's what it's all about, right? It's all about that connection that you have with people, because that's what that's networking, connections, um, collaboration. You know, getting people on the show. That's a collaborative effort, right? Right. So when Lonnie comes on, that's collaborative, right? We're going to talk about what Lonnie does and this and that. Past people that have been on. You know, it's all about collaboration. So, and I do appreciate that. So getting back to this, you know, said be me, like my dad said, just, you know, show your true personality because that's what separates you from everybody else. Execute and take action always, 365 days a year. Procrastination is what? Wait a minute. Hold on, Lonnie. Procrastination is not a win. Exactly. We are our own superpower. Just be you. We control our destiny. We are our own CEOs every day. You know what? This Lonnie be dropping some dimes. Okay. Thank you, Lonnie. Lonnie just be dropping some stuff. That's why I got to get him on the show, right? Because he's dropping too many gems and dimes and information and just positive energy. And I appreciate that. So I'm going to read this again, Lonnie. Execute and take action always, 365 days a year. Procrastination is not a win. We are our own superpower. Just be you. We control our destiny. We are our own CEOs every day. Man, that you said a mouthful right there. So yeah, so and then Reggie says, yes, I was in KC. See, didn't I say that? See, so you know that I keep tabs on you, Reggie. If I knew you were in the Midwest, I just wasn't specific to what city or what state, but he was in Kansas City, Missouri. So he was in there eating that what is that? Eating that barbecue. What's that place called? Man, I went to this place and I was in Kansas City Gates Barbecue, right? Okay. A friend of mine or a guy I used to work with, his name, what was his name? I can't remember his name. But anyway, we worked at the Hilton in Carson. And he said he knew I was going to Kansas City. And that was my first time going to Kansas City. He said, man, you got to go to Gates Barbecue, right? And he grew up in Kansas City, right? He said, go to Gates Barbecue. He said it would be the best barbecue you ever had. Yeah, right, whatever. Everyone says that, okay? So I went to Gates one time with some people that were in a meeting, so people in the conference, they went as well. And man, they loved it. I loved it. I loved it so much that I didn't even have a car, right? I didn't rent a car, whatever. I took a taxi cab from my hotel to that. That was before the days of Uber and Lyft, okay? I took a cab to get me some of that Gates barbecue. And I brought something back. I brought some barbecue sauce. I mean, Gates was the ticket. That was the lick, okay? So, but I don't know why I'm getting that. That was before I stopped eating meat. Okay, so just so you know, that was probably 20 years ago. I don't eat that anymore. But I'm just saying, for people that eat meat, specifically like pork or ribs and things like that, Gates is the business. But I don't think there's any bad barbecue in Kansas City. Okay, because they do it, and I think they do it right. Okay, so but anyway, I don't eat meat anymore. I digress. But just so you guys know that. So I have to throw that disclaimer out there, okay? Because I want people, well, wait a minute. This guy said he's non-meat eats, but he's talking about barbecue ribs. Yeah, that was back in the day, but I'm weaned off of that stuff. It's like an alcoholic. I was a meataholic, right? So I'm not a meataholic anymore. I'm in recovery. So I'm on like this 15-year recovery. So there you go. But anyway, but thank you so much. I appreciate the comments, Lonnie. I appreciate us knowing where you are, um, Reggie. And I'm looking at this name, Ofi Kojo. Now, I've met you before. I'm not sure if you're still there, but I have met you before, and I don't remember. But if I'm not mistaken, Kojo, you're related to Boris Kojo. Am I saying this right? Am I getting this right? And I'm far off. I mean, I normally remember people that I meet, especially names. That okay, I may not remember you as a person, but I definitely remember the name. And I could be wrong though, but I'm gonna throw it out there anyway. So anyway, but be intentional, be me or be you, and then be represented. Okay, because representation matters. Okay, me being on this show, having my own show, it's no secret that I'm black. Okay, let's just throw that out there. The elephant in the room, right? I'm black, right? Okay, so representation matters, right? It matters for people that are coming behind me. It matters for people that don't think they can do this. Okay, so and it doesn't. This is really not even about color if you really think about it. But because I'm black, I'm gonna bring it up. Okay, but if I can do this, anyone can do it, right? If I can come on here and do this show for 141 shows, anyone else can do it too. But I'm specifically want to be there or make sure I'm represented for people that look like me. Okay, because some of those people don't think they can do this, and you can do it. You can work in a hotel. You can be a general manager. Reggie Woolridge is one. You can own a hotel, and those are things that I'm gonna concentrate more on this year. Representation, people being general managers or on executive level in hotels, meaning diversify, being diverse in everything, right? So we can do whatever you put your mind to. Anyone can do whatever they put their mind to. Okay. Yeah, I came up and when there wasn't a lot of people that looked like me in college. Okay, there was three of us in the program. Victor Simmons was one of them. If you guys know Victor Simmons, who's now the vice president of HR and diversity and inclusion for Ace Hotels out of New York. Okay, it was me, him, and there was one other person. I want to say it was Suzanne Burke. I'm not sure if Suzanne even stayed in the hospitality industry, but Victor and I, we were good friends, and we're still good friends to this day, right? So I just talked to him a couple of days ago. So there was three of us in the whole program, right? The whole hospitality program at Cal Poly Pomona. Okay. Fast forward to whatever how many years later, there's still only three people. No, I think it's five now. But what I'm saying is that just be represented. Representation, yeah, it does matter, and it matters that I do this show, and it matters that I continue to do it because, like I said, I need people to know they can have their own show. They can do a podcast. They can be a general manager. They can be a director of sales and marketing. They can start off in housekeeping like I did and work my way up through 14 different hotels. It can happen. Okay, so and I don't know how many hotels. Um, Reggie has probably been to, but probably more than what I have been through. So, but Alan English says preach. Okay, I'm just giving the word. I'm just giving the word. I was putting this was put on my heart, so I had to give it. I'm being silly now, but no, I appreciate it, Alan English, for the comment. But yeah, so that's what it's all about. So I'm gonna try. Color is only when doing laundry for me. We all are one on one and harmony. Okay, I feel you there, Lonnie, but unfortunately, everyone is not like you, and I have to just throw that out there, and I don't have to throw it out there every week, but I do have to bring it up today because this is the first show of the year, and I just want to make sure that people understand that, and I'll get down to this in a couple seconds, but hotel ownership. Okay, I'm not sure if you know who, and these are people you need to follow: Davon Reeves and Omari Head. Omari Omari Head Head, and Davon Reeves. Okay, Davon Reeves owns three hotels. Okay, she's 34 years old and she's a black lady. Okay, Amari Head goes by the name of the hip hop broker, and he only sells hotels. That's it. That's what he does. Okay, so they work together in tandem to buy hotels. She bought two hotels at the same time. This is right before Christmas. Okay, and then she's still training people on how to let people know, and this is for everybody, let people know that hotel ownership is not out of the realm of possibility. If we keep things in perspective, okay, if we're thinking we're going to buy the 300 room hotel that's downtown LA, maybe you can if you have that kind of money, but how much money do you need to do that? How many people you need to get involved to do that? Okay, those hotels are 50 to 100, maybe $200 million. But the hotels that are profitable are the smaller, like the Residence Inns or the Fairfield Inns, the Town Place Suites, Spring Hill Suites, Hilton Garden Inns, Motel Six, things like that. So these aren't the hotels that you necessarily, oh, well, I like to stay at the DoubleTree, 300 room in Dallas, Texas. Well, you may not be able to own that hotel, okay, but you can own maybe a 90 room Fairfield Inn. You know what I mean? I mean, they still make money and their profit margin is a lot better. So get rid of all the food and beverage and all that stuff. You can own a hotel. So I just had to say that. Okay, I'm done with that. Boom. Okay, social media engagement. I always talk about social media engagement and all that kind of stuff. So what do you need to do? We need to do for social media engagement? Consistency, value, and authentic. Let's see. Hold on one second. Let me just see. Davon is killing it in hospitality. See, even Lonnie knows who that is. Alan English knows Amari Head. Yes, he does. So that's what I'm talking about. So these people, because it's all about the connection. Okay, it's all about connection. And if anyone's willing to listen, these people are willing to teach. Okay, that's the thing. So like I said, like Lonnie said, it's not about color. It shouldn't be about color, but sometimes people make it about that, and I'm not one to shy away from some of those things, some of those topics that are hard for people to have, um, because I come with good intentions. I don't come with malintentions. I don't come. I mean, you see me, you know me. Some people know me. I don't come with those kind of intentions. Okay, so I grew up in Black California. Okay, everybody was there. Okay, everybody was at the table. Okay, but it is what it is, right? But you leave, your comfort zone in Black California, and you get exposed to the world and see that, hey, well, Blythe is not like everything. Everything is not like Blythe where I grew up. Okay, Blythe was a great experience for me to grow up. But then you move, and then you got to face the reality of the world. So boom, there you go. But anyway, social media engagement. Guys, I'm a big proponent of social media. I mean, this right now is social media. I mean, this being on LinkedIn, live on LinkedIn is social media. And what you need to do is be consistent. Okay, I do a show every week. Okay, I remember I told you I've done 141 shows every Tuesday, 1 p.m. PST. Okay, so that's the consistency. Value. What are you creating for someone? Okay, I remember the days when no one was coming on to make comments. Now, I mean, even if I only have Lonnie, that's one person that I didn't have before. So don't think you got to just shake up the entire world when you're doing social media engagements, because sometimes you don't get the response that you want. I mean, I come against that too. I look at it. Well, why didn't this posting get the consistent or get um, a big following or likes or exposure that some of the other ones do? Well, sometimes they don't, right? They just don't. I mean, so I had to go back to the drawing board and say, hey, what am I doing wrong? Let me compare this last posting to some postings that I got a lot of traction from. Okay, because you want you want interaction, just like I want interaction on this show. You want interaction or engagement on your posting, no matter if it's a still post or a video post like Instagram, LinkedIn, Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, TikTok. You want some type of engagement, and if you're consistently not getting engagement, that means you're not doing something right. Okay, maybe go to videos. IG, start doing reels. Maybe your profile is not even completed yet, because there's some SEO things on Instagram that I didn't even know about. I'm learning this stuff as I'm going along now, right? So I had to make sure I took care of my SEO on my profile on Instagram, And now I'm starting to get more engagement. And one thing that I did, and I thought this was the best thing, I thought it was the best thing, but it was wrong. I had my logo instead of a picture of me, right? So on Instagram, I had my logo, which is the Russell of Hotels logo. Well, this Instagram expert told me that no, people do business with people. They don't do business with a logo. She said, unless you're like Estee Lauder or Lexus or something like that, because they have multiple people that post things for them, right? So, and she goes, unless you're a big company like that, people only do business with people that they know or people they can see. So I said, that makes perfect sense. So what did I do? I got rid of the logo and put a picture of myself on my Instagram page. So and any other platform that I was using that I had the logo, I took it off, and I used a picture of me. So and for that, it's only been maybe 3 weeks, but it's I can see the difference. So, but make sure you're adding value to what you're saying. Like I said, when I first started the show, was there people on the live? No. Mm-mm. At least they were making comments, so I don't know who was on it. But now I can see that people are actually on it and they're making comments. So just make sure you're creating value and be authentic. Remember, we talked about being your authentic self. Yeah, be you. Get on these shows. If you do a live, if you do whatever, be you. I do lives on Instagram as well as this show. And I'm just starting to do more of that because I want more connection. I want more engagement. I want more people to know who Russell is. Okay, not just I'm not trying to sell you anything. Yeah, I do have a product or a service. I do have a service that I do provide, but I'm not trying to sell you on that stuff, right? I'm trying to get you to know me as a person, and then all that other stuff will come, right? So that's at least that's what I'm thinking. I'm hoping. No, I'm joking. It does. It will. It has. Okay, so be consistent. I mean, you got to post all the time, okay? Do the show. I do the show once a week, but I do lives at least 5 times, 5 additional times, and I post on every social media platform. So follow me on at Russell of Hotels, and you'll see the stuff that I post. Add value. Make sure you're adding value, and be authentic. Be you. Okay, let me see. One more, because somebody had something to say. Russell, how do you feel about content versus quality in regards to social media? Well, content is the quality of the content is important. Okay, so you wouldn't just want to put anything out there. What's your goal? What are you trying to achieve? If you're putting something out, what are you trying to achieve? So because one thing I've learned, and I've only learned this probably in the last month, right before Christmas, right, is that what are your intentions with social media? Are you doing this for fun, or are you doing it for a business? You have to differentiate that, because if you look at some of the um, or early on social media postings, some of the stuff was fun, okay, and I was just trying to gauge to see who would look at it. But as I got gone through the year, and I'm talking 2021, I started to get more intentional with what I was doing, right? So because I'm trying to build a business, and the business that I have, Russell of Hotels, I'm trying to build that as a brand, right? So you can't mix in, some silly stuff. You can every now and then, but it has to be related to what you do. Okay, everything I do now is either hotel, tourism, food. Okay, I'm gonna stick with those. Okay, I'm gonna stick with that. Some people may say, "Well, you got too much stuff going on." I don't think so, because it's all under the hospitality flag. Okay, it's under the realm or the platform of hospitality. Okay, so I'm gonna stick with those things. So as long as you stick with that, whatever the genre you're doing, if that's hotels, if that's if you're a social worker, if you're a police officer, whatever it is, and you're posting, be consistent with that. So I think you have to be consistent with your content and the quality. So all of them go hand in hand, right? So you don't want to just throw stuff out there that's not, you don't have any reason for it, right? Why are you throwing it out there? Do you have a CTA at the end of it? A call to action, CTA, call to action. What do you want them to do when they read that? Do you want them to go to your website? Do you want them to call you? Any questions, DM me, slide into my DMs. What do you want them to do? So make sure you're intentional. Make sure it's business related, especially on Instagram. Instagram is becoming one of the top marketing platforms for businesses. Every business should have a Instagram page. Straight up, they should. So I have one. Russell of Hotels. Go to Russell at Russell of Hotels on Instagram. You'll see everything I post, all my lives, all that stuff. And you'll see some silly stuff in there too, or maybe some one-offs that, what was I thinking kind of thing. But you have to be intentional. You have to be serious about it. If you're trying to build your brand, build your audience, build your tribe, your community, however you want to put it, you have to be serious about it. So yeah. So hopefully I answered that question. Lonnie says value is key. Thinking outside the box is in a highly competitive area is key. Yes, you are correct on that. So hopefully, Alan English, I've answered that question. If not, I mean, throw another question out there, and I'll make sure I try to take a better swing at it. But no, I think I assist you on that one. So consistency, value, authentic. You gotta have it. Who's hiring? Okay, I now this is I missed some stuff here. Oh my goodness. I got, what happens when you start talking, and I got all these tools here, right? And I'm missing stuff. So this goes back to, no, I'm on who's hiring first, so I'm gonna get to that. I didn't, I don't know what's going on here. But anyway, you guys are throwing me off. No, I'm joking. Who's hiring? So let me go through this real quick. And now these are jobs that are in the Los Angeles area because I live in Los Angeles. Okay, and these are jobs that are not a week old, meaning they may have posted maybe last week, within the last 5 to 7 days, because I don't believe in just posting stuff for 2 weeks. Jobs shouldn't even be out there that darn long. I mean, if you can't find somebody in 7 days, 8 days, you ain't trying to find nobody. But anyway, that's just me. I'm just saying that. But I know that, like, on H Careers and Indeed, you have to have those. You when you post things, that you have a contract that they're going to be live for a period of time. Okay, and I understand that. But what I don't like and don't appreciate, and don't understand, is that there's some repeat jobs that keep coming up. And it'll say that, okay, it's only been listed for 2 days, and I'm like, no, 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 that job has been on for like 2 weeks since I saw it before. Now all of a sudden it says 2 days. So they keep reposting these things. I'm like, after like 2 months and the job is still there, you can't find anybody in 2 months. That's to me, that's crazy. So there's something going on there. But yes, consistency wins in hospitality. A daily standard of, who the heck is calling me? Who calls somebody when they're doing a live? Um, yes, consistency wins in hospitality. A daily standard of procedure wins. Yes, consistency, being authentic, be yourself. Just be yourself. Okay, hiring. Who's hiring? Conrad, that's not even built yet. Okay, so it's gonna be in Los Angeles. The Conrad, that's this flagship hotel for Hilton. They are looking for a director of sales and marketing again. Okay, so they haven't hired someone yet. So this is one of the jobs I was just talking about. Okay, hey, you know what? I'm telling you, I'm gonna call people on this stuff. So Conrad is still looking for a director of sales and marketing. That's gonna be in Los Angeles, and I believe that doesn't open until either the end of this year or maybe next year, if I'm not mistaken. Crown Plaza Hotel and Casino, that's in Commerce, California, which is right outside of Los Angeles. They're looking for a director of sales and marketing as well. Conrad is also looking for a PR manager. Okay, there you go. Looking for a PR manager in LA. Sofitel, which is in Los Angeles. I think that's kind of West LA-ish, almost Beverly Hills adjacent, but it's in, I want to say, West LA. They're looking for an assistant director of finance, go in there and count that money. Hilton LAX, they're looking for executive sous chef. That's in LA right there on Century Boulevard, the main street or road that goes into LAX. That's where that is. And the Hilton, I want to say, is 1,400 rooms, something like that. Hyatt Place Glendale, which is outside of Los Angeles. They're looking for a director of sales, DOS. Okay, so there's director of sales and marketing, and there's director of sales. Two different positions. Okay, so marketing, director of sales and marketing, yeah, director of sales, but they have a marketing component. Director of sales is just, you just sell it. Okay, that's it. That should be your job. I'm just doing sale. Okay. Hampton Inn in Burbank, they're looking for a director of sales as well. And then the Embassy Suites Glendale. What is this with the Glendale, Burbank? Glendale and Burbank are in the same area. What's going on with the positions out there? This is the first time I've ever seen this many positions in that area before. So the Embassy Suites, Glendale, which is right outside Los Angeles, like I said, they're looking for a general manager as well. So there you go. So those are either on Indeed or H Careers. That's as far as when people are trying to find a job, hotel related or hospitality related, they go to those two sites, hcareers.com, indeed.com. Okay. So, and I think I saw another thank you. You did. I asked because a top YouTube content creator shared consistency was more important than content as well. Though consistency, you'll through consistency, you'll find out quickest what engages your audience the most. Let me read that again. Thank you. You did. I asked because a top YouTube content creator shared consistency was more important. Consistency more. Yeah, 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 yeah. Well, but yeah, but yeah, consistency is the key. Yeah, but you don't want to be putting up some crap. Okay, so because people are not gonna look at the crap unless that you already have a following already. So if I have a million people following, let me just use this as an example. If I'm The Rock, okay, The Rock like has 100 million people that follow him. Okay, so I could put out anything. I can put out me going to the bathroom and it would hit, 1 million followers or what. I mean, 1 million people would make comments about it because I have 100 million people that are following me. Yeah, right. So yeah, so certain people, yeah, they're gonna get no matter what they put out, they're gonna get it. But everyone's not at that level. I'm not at that level, and probably most of the people that are on here are not at that level either. So we have to be in. You have to be real intentional on what we put out. Is what I guess what I'm trying to say. So yeah, some people, I mean, maybe this person on. There's a lot of YouTube people that are killing it, right? But but they weren't always killing it, and they had to start somewhere, right? So yeah, consistency. Yeah, you definitely have to be consistent in your posting, but you want to make sure the quality of your posting is there. Meaning, there's a meaning behind it. There's a call to action. And this is someone with a business focus, right? Not someone that just want to post things to see what if I throw it out there, let's see what sticks. No, this is a business focus, and I want to get some results. I want to get because at the end of the day, eventually I want to make some money off what I'm putting out there, right? But some people on YouTube, yeah, they're just throwing stuff out there because they have a huge following. Like I said, it doesn't matter, like the Kardashians, it doesn't matter what they put out there. They're gonna get 1 million people that are following because they have 30, 40, 100 million people that are looking. Kevin Hart, he throws stuff out there. Snoop Dogg, they throw stuff out there. Grant Cardone, I mean, he's more focused on business, right? But he can throw anything out there. They're going to get a certain amount of people no matter what content they put out there. But I guarantee you, there's some, first of all, they don't do all their content. And once you get to a certain level, you got a team to help you out with this stuff too. So don't get it twisted. If I got to a million followers, you think I'll be the one posting? I have me a team, right? Because I'm making some money off of that million followers. I'll have sponsorships. I have all that kind of stuff. So anyway, try to hire from within. You can train an employee in other departments. The employee has passion and heart to grow inside the next role. Yes, yes. Try to hire from within. You can train an employee in another, but yeah, cross training. We don't do enough of that. Do we do enough of that cross training? In just in case someone doesn't show up in another department, or maybe someone resigns, and but you have another team member that was being trained, being cross trained. You can promote them to that position. Yeah, we don't do enough, and I don't know. I haven't been in property in several years since 17, but when I came up with Marriott years ago, cross training was a big thing because you never want to walk by, like, say I used to work at a courtyard, right? So, and I'm a housekeeping manager. So if I'm walking to the back office, which is behind the front desk, and there's a whole line of people, and there's only one desk clerk or whatever you want to call them, desk attendee that's taking care of 20 people. Well, if I was trained on the front desk checking people in or checking people out, I can just slide next to that next terminal, open it up, and assist that next guest. So that's where the cross training comes in. I mean, we did that all the time. So I had to learn when I was in housekeeping. I knew how to operate the front desk as well, at least to check people in. and then you're walking by the restaurant, okay, and someone is waiting to be seated. I can seat someone. I can seat someone with a menu. I may not be there taking orders and things like that, but sometimes half the key part of it is just getting them to their seat, giving them the menu, and maybe serving them some water, and then the server will be right with you, kind of thing. So those are things that are important. So yeah, we have to hire within, but make sure we're cross training, within the hotel. So that's important. So front desk people should know maybe the restaurant people should know the front desk, depending on the hotel, because here in LA or in LA, some of the hotels are union. So there's some stipulations with cross training union employees and things like that. But if you're a non-union hotel, the sky's the limit. You can do whatever the heck you want to do. So that just goes. It's funny how people, you just mention something and just something just lights up, because you have that experience. Like I said, 14 different hotels over 25 to 30 years. Oh yeah, I've experienced probably everything that can happen in a hotel. I've probably experienced it at least once. Okay, so where am I now? Okay, non-meaty. So I went through the jobs. Okay, who's hiring? Okay, yeah, we already done that. Let me just move this out of the way. Boom, boom. There you go. Non-meat eats. Okay, so I'm in Phoenix, right? So this is the second time I've been here probably in the last month. Okay, so I'm vegan, right? Or plant-based, okay? And I'm always looking for, I call them hashtag non-meat eats. Okay, that's my term, okay? If you see that hashtag non-meat eats, the Russell Hotels came up with that. Okay. So in fact, I'm about to get it on the shirt. Okay. So Veggie Village, which is a Chinese restaurant. Now, I've had Chinese vegan before, okay, but not like this, okay. I got the Kung Pao chicken, which is not real chicken, okay, it's plant-based chicken. It was crispy, crunchy, because I've had it from other restaurants before. It's soggy, doesn't have any flavor, doesn't taste like, because we always compare. Remember, plant-based people, if you haven't always been plant-based for all your life, you're always going to compare it to what chicken used to taste like, right? So I was a carnivore. Okay, I ate meat at a certain time, but it's been probably 15 years since I've done that, right? But I remember what chicken tastes like. Okay, I remember orange chicken was one of my favorite dishes, just like a lot of people are, right? It is. So when I had this orange chicken just last night, or not orange chicken, compound chicken, I'm sorry, it was crispy. The sauce was just right. I mean, it was. And I told my daughter, who she took me there. I said, I'll be back, and I'm posting about this one, okay? And I post about most places I go to. So check out my Instagram page. Okay, one of the last postings I did was this restaurant called can you speak? Veggie Village, which is a Chinese restaurant in Phoenix. Okay, have the Kung Pao chicken. It's lit. It's fire. So yeah, it's delish. Can I say all that stuff? Lit, delish, fire. It was good. So so make sure if you're in Phoenix, because I'm always in search. No matter where I go, I'm always in search of plant-based food so I can eat, right? And I always want to go to a restaurant so I can talk about it. So no exception here. So I missed some things. So hold on one second. So I'm gonna go back to industry news because I missed something, and I apologize for that, but sometimes I lose where I am. So this has to do with star data, okay, over Christmas, okay, because we think we're getting out of this COVID, but now this variant, this Omicron variant, we're going through all the Greek letters just in case you didn't know. So, Delta, Omicron, Epsilon, Upsilon, all that, Tau, all that, right? Zeta, Zeta, Veta, Beta, Omega, all that. So we're going to go through all. Hopefully, we don't have to go through all that, but just so you know, Omicron is that these are all Greek letters in the alphabet, just in case because somebody didn't know that. Okay, like why do they come up with these strange names? But those are Greek letters. Okay, so anyway, I digress. So star data. So star data over Christmas. U.S. hotel occupancy came in lower than the previous week, but reached an all-time high on Christmas, according to Star's latest data through December 25th, 2021. Christmas Day occupancy was 47.2%. Okay, now this is United States wide. This is domestic, U.S. wide. Okay, which was just above the previous high from 2015, which was 47%. So A lot of people don't even know that, people think that, okay, holidays, you get a spike in business. Well, Christmas is not one of those holidays where you get a spike. I don't think Thanksgiving is either. We always remain flat, or we took a dip during those holidays because people are going to stay with family. They're not staying with family or friends or whatever, or they're just not traveling now because of the variants, right? So, I mean, that makes sense that it would, well, they said it was high, but it wasn't higher than 2000. I mean, it was higher than 2019, which is kind of surprising too. So, but anyway, just so you know, like I'll just reiterate what I said. Holidays, specifically Christmas and Thanksgiving, are not, unless it's, I mean, it's market specific though, right? But across the board, if you just looked at every major city in the United States, most of them are not, during the holidays. It's like, oh, we're going to be busy during Christmas and Thanksgiving. No, 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 that's not the case. Especially in LA, that is not the case. Okay, so some, like I said, there's some spikes in some of the areas, some metro areas, but not, LA is not one of those areas. While none of the top 25 markets recorded on and occupancy increased over 2019, Dallas came closest to its 2019 comparable, down only 2.8% to 43.6%. So Reggie probably experienced, that because he's in Dallas, right? So he probably experienced, some, okay, oh, we're doing better than we did, 2019, or we came close to 2019. Because everybody's trying to compare. Star data will compare to the previous year, okay, or in this case, the previous best year that we had, okay. So the best year that we had, you know, pre-COVID was 2019. Okay, so we're always going to compare things to 2019 levels, not last year because we were in COVID. So you have to throw those numbers out. You should. San Diego registered the largest ADR, average daily rate, increase when compared with 2019. So San Diego, which is in California, was up 12.5% to a rate of $147.05. Okay. Now remember, 2019, you couldn't kill to get no rate of $147 in San Diego. Are you kidding me? Those rates were way over $200. The largest RevPAR deficit were San Francisco, down 32% to 65.66. So that's a RevPAR. So RevPAR means revenue per available room. So for every room that you have available, um, you made $65.66. And New York down 30% to $143.80. So there you go. So, and a thank you to Jana Usher. Okay, so Jana was my guest last week. Okay, her company, she's CEO and founder of ZD Hospitality, which is an elite global coaching service for the hospitality industry, specifically restaurants, like on service, getting your sales up. Jana is now, when I talk about lit and fire, that's Jana. Okay, I mean, some of the stuff that she was talking about, it just kind of brought chills to me because I remember this stuff, you know, growing up in hotels or going up in hotels or going up, came up in college and things like that, all hospitality related, right? I remember the things that she was bringing up as far as service and, what you should be doing and how to increase sales and explaining the menu, getting people to buy certain items, right? Like merchandising your items, how to do that, how to upsell. When we sit down, are we offering cocktails? Are we offering appetizers? Or are we just giving them a menu and keep it stepping? Okay, let me know when you're ready to order. That kind of stuff. Where is hospitality gone? Okay, but Jana will bring it back. Okay, so she's a trainer, she's a consultant. Check her out. So check out my previous live or previous show, Russ on air with Russell of Hotels, which is right there. Check that one out. It's here on LinkedIn. So check out the one last week. That was show number 140. That was Jana's show. Okay, so check it out. Listen to it in its entirety, and then hire her. Okay, because she's here to train. She's here to make things happen. And like I said, she's fire. And I don't just say that about everybody. Okay, but she's lit. She's fire. She knows what the heck she's talking about, and she has results. So there you go. So let me just make sure. Open airspace boutique hotels in Florida are averaging no elevators, no contact within lobby, as a lot of check-ins are done 24 hours prior to arrival. Jana is amazing in her restaurant art, magical in her deliverables, and passion for the guest experience. See, Lonnie knows who she is. Open airspace boutique. Did I miss something, Lonnie? Hold on one second. Mm, sauce is a key ingredient to plant-based foods. Wait a minute, Lonnie. Okay, wait a back up. Now, Lonnie's trying to get into my space here. Okay, he says sauce is the key ingredient in plant-based foods to elevate the palate experience. I'm not trying to put a lot of sauce on anything, Lonnie. I mean, yeah, it's there to. I guess, yeah, maybe you could be a little right. It's there to elevate the food experience or the taste experience, the palate experience. Okay, yeah, but you don't have to over sauce anything. It comes with the seasoning too. Even before you prepare it, that's where the taste comes in. Did you season it? Are they using the same seasonings? Like, so the same spices. So it's a Chinese restaurant. So are they using the same spices they would use for the regular chicken? And they did. I mean, and they use the same whatever batter they use. But it's all in the prep work, right? So I can tell the quality of the chicken, chicken, not chicken, chicken. Okay, that's the faux chicken. So, but no, yeah, Lana, you're probably right. You're probably right. You're probably right. It's the sauce. It's not the. It's all in the sauce. Okay, but anyway. Okay, where am I? Okay, okay. So, what time is it, man? I should be almost done. Everyone's got me looking at stuff, and no, that's what I should be, and I appreciate that. So, but thank you, Jana, for that. But check out Jana. Just go to show number 140, which is the one previous to this one, and check it out. So, okay, let's move forward. What do I do? Because people don't know, what the heck does this guy do? He talks, we know that. What's my thing? In a noisy digital space. Now, back up. I do several things, okay? But in a in a noisy digital space, I keep your brand noticed via social media. So, like, if you had a brand and you wanted to come on here and talk about your brand, okay, I keep you noticed. This is keeping you noticed, being on here. Or just imagine, instead of this right here, it's the name of your company's right there, the name of your hotel's right there. So that's a way to keep your brand noticed. Social media postings, like on Instagram. I told you Instagram is probably one of the best ways to market your business. I do those postings. Video is the key. Okay, so make sure you're doing videos. Make sure you're doing reels. I can teach you or show you how to do that stuff. So that's one of the things that I do. Hotel site selection. Well, they call it meeting planner, but I call it hotel. I have a hotel site selection business, right? So companies, organizations, they need assistance with finding hotels for their groups or for their meetings. 10 rooms or more is a group. Okay, so I assist companies and organizations with finding that right hotel for that group that they have. If they need one for a meeting, it has food and beverage, all that stuff, pricing negotiation, contract negotiations. I do all that stuff. And the key thing with that, it doesn't cost the client anything because the hotel pays me to bring the business to you. So, isn't that easy? And then I'm the show host of one of the top 25 hotel podcasts in the world, not just in the United States, the world. So this was voted last year. I shouldn't even be using this anymore because this is a new year, but I'm gonna throw it out there, at least this one show. So show host of top 25 international hotel podcasts. So those are some of the three things that I do. I mean, I do a lot more, but we'll just leave it at that. And if you want to reach me, the best way to do that is or you can email me, russell@russellofhotels.com, or you can slide into my DMs or wherever that is on Instagram or LinkedIn, Facebook, whatever, because I'm on all those social platforms. So please feel free to reach out. Follow me on LinkedIn, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter. I would appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, always at Russell of Hotels, and just, look me up. Four things that I always tell or I always ask. These are four things I always ask. And this is from a marketing perspective. What what is your brand doing to stay relevant? I have a show. So I have a show that's on every week. So that's at least one thing that I'm doing to keep it relevant, right? So what do you do? Ask yourself, what are you doing? What is your brand doing to stay relevant? Or what are you doing to assist your brand in staying relevant? So let me stand up so that doesn't cover me. Number two, are you marketing differently or the same as before COVID? BC stands for before COVID. So are you doing the same things? Are you getting the same results? Chances are, if you're doing the same things now that you did before COVID, you're not doing a good job. I'm just going to throw it out there. You need to evolve with the people. People are doing things differently. People are buying differently. So how can you do um, the same marketing effort if people have changed? Okay, so we have to change. We have to evolve with people. Because remember, people, we sometimes as marketers, we get caught up in our own crap, right? We like to smell our own crap. Like, oh, my crap doesn't smell bad. You know what I mean? No, it's about them. It's not about you, right? So marketing is never about you. It's always about the person you're trying to persuade them to use your product or your service. Okay, so and I didn't mean to be that graphic. I get carried away sometimes, but we start smelling ourselves is what it comes down to, and we think our stuff doesn't stink is what I'm trying to say. Like, oh well, I can do this because I did it before and it worked before. Well, no, this is a different animal now. It's different. Okay, people are not even going back to work yet. Okay, let's think about that. How do you reach those people? They haven't gone back to work. So how do you reach them? So if I'm a hotel salesperson and in the past, I have gone to people's offices. I have taken them to lunch. I've done all these things before, and I can't do that anymore. So how am I reaching those people? Am I calling them? What am I doing? So I mean, these are the questions you have to ask yourself. Number three, how are you connecting with your past or current clients? See, I just segue into that. How are you connecting with your past or current clients or customers? Or are you connecting with them at all? I would like to know that answer. Number four, what has this situation taught you? Meaning the whole COVID thing. Has it taught you that maybe you need to do things a little differently? Maybe I need to do more social media postings, more lives, more whatever. I don't know. Because people buy from people that they're comfortable with, right? They already know before, they have to be comfortable with you before they make that purchase or you know what I mean? I mean that's basically how it works. So, what are you doing? So, ask yourself those four questions. SSI score. What is your LinkedIn SSI score? What is a SSI score? What does that even mean? Well, I'm about to tell you real quick what that means, and we're gonna this show's gonna be over in a couple minutes, so just be patient. Um, what is LinkedIn SSI, and what is your SSI score? Okay, SSI stands for Social Selling Index. Measures the impact of your social selling efforts with LinkedIn and how effective you are at establishing your professional brand. My score is, well, the last time I did it, which was last week, was 70. It was 70 out of 100. Okay, so 100 is the most you can get. I got 70, which to me is like a C. Okay, but I've talked to other people. Like I had um, Amani Roberts on the show several weeks ago, and his was like in the 50s. Okay, so which means he's not engaging enough. Okay, so I'm gonna break it down for you. It's based on four different categories. Establishing your professional brand is one. Find the right people is two. Find the right people, meaning are you linked in with the right people? Because I have over 26,000 people that I'm linked in with, but are all 26,000 the right people? Are they my audience? Are they my tribe? Do they support me? Do they watch this show? No, they don't. All of them don't, right? Which I got some issues with LinkedIn, but I'll share that with you later. Um, so find the right people, engage with insights. So let's say someone makes a comment or post a picture. LinkedIn wants you to make comments on that. So that's where engaging with insights. So if there's a picture there, they want you to, and then someone that you follow or someone that you're linked with, they want you to make comments on that. They don't want you to just click, you liked it, but they want you to make comments like, oh, Russell, that was so funny, or oh, Russell, I understand that. That's great. Blah, 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 blah. Kudos to you, or congratulations on your new position. Best of luck and, continued success. They want you to make comments like that. They want it to be interactive. We're getting back to the interactive thing again, right? So make sure you're doing it because if you're interested in this LinkedIn thing, which I am, right? Because I'm always, like I said, I always want to know where I stand on some of these social media platforms. So of course I'm going to engage in it and see what the heck is going on. And then the fourth one was build relationships. So I take it, after all that, building relationships meaning other people want to link link with you. So, but what I found is that sometimes having more works against you. Okay, like I said, I have 26,000 people that I'm linked with, but all of them are not in my tribe, meaning they are not hospitality professionals, which I think is a, a, a sham. Is that a good word to use? I don't like it. It's inconsistent with what LinkedIn is trying to do, right? Because as a meeting planner or as a hotel site selection person, which that's what I do, I'm trying to get people that are outside of my industry. So I get dinged because of that, right? So if I go and try to go to, like, say, someone that's in social services or someone that's in, computer technology, well, those are the people that will be having meetings. Those are people that I will be having meetings for, or helping them find a hotel to have their meetings. They're not hospitality people. So I'm not going to get business from hospitality people as far as meetings concerned. I want to use the hospitality people to have my meeting, to host my meetings, right? But as far as getting people, persuading people to use me, use my services to find hotels for them, that's what I'm trying to do. I'm trying to get people from outside of the industry. So LinkedIn, I think, goes against what I'm trying to do at least. And sometimes I get dinged on that. So I should actually be like 80% or 80 out of 100. But I mean, that's just what I think. But how do you find this score? Is that go to Google LinkedIn SSI score. So just Google, it says it right there, LinkedIn SSI score, and then it will, you just click a link and it'll tell you what it is because it automatically draws from LinkedIn that you have on your computer, right? So just make sure you have a profile. You have to have a LinkedIn profile and LinkedIn account. Okay, you have to have those, and you should have those anyway, right? So just do that LinkedIn SSI score. Then it'll give you a link. Click on the link, and boom, you'll get that score. Okay, and share that with me. Share it with me. Let me know what you got. So, and I can interpret it for you if you like. So that's that. And I'm gonna end the show right now, but I always end it with this. So the three P's. Three P's. And what are those three P's? Three P's are, it's funny. I have them on the screen, but I have little definition over here on my iPad. So purpose, know why you're doing what you do. Okay, why are you doing this? Why are you doing this show? Because I'm trying to reach hospitality professionals. I think I have some information that can be of value. Okay, so that's my purpose for doing this show. Passion, either you have it or you don't. Okay, I think for you guys, even if it's your first time, I've been on this show for about an hour, and I think you can tell I got a passion about the hospitality industry. So either you have it or you don't. Because if I didn't have passion for doing this show or the industry, I wouldn't be in it. I'd be like, I'm wasting my time. Perseverance. Be consistent, continue to evolve, don't give up, and swerve when you need to. So on air with Russell of Hotels, we don't pivot, we swerve. Okay. Swerving is like you see something in the middle of the road, you're driving, you see something in the middle of the road, and then you see the tire in the middle of the road. You've been on the freeway, you see a tire. What do? Do you drive over the tire? No, you swerve around it. So you see it and you swerve around it. Now pivot, you're already in the crap. Okay, so you're just trying to, go back and forth. No, 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 no. We swerve on air with Russell of Hotels. We swerve. Okay, we don't pivot. So make sure you do that. And always use time to develop yourself, separate yourself from the pack, learn something new, invest in yourself, and always stay relevant. So those are my three P's for the day. I appreciate you guys joining me for this extended show. It's like 3:09, so I'm like 9 minutes over time, but that's okay. But I appreciate you guys joining in. I appreciate the comments, the interaction. Let me see if there's anything else. Thanks, Russell, for another great podcast and update. Keep doing what you're doing. I appreciate you, Lonnie. Have a wonderful evening, and to all the participants today. So he's telling everyone have a great day. Be safe out there. Evolve, change it up, think outside the box. Yeah, we are our own CEOs. And then Alan says, I think you may need a paid service. Call me. But no, thank you. No, I appreciate you guys joining. Like I said, I'm here every Tuesday at 1 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So I appreciate it. And at this time, this is where the music will come in, the exit music. But because I don't have that, I'm just gonna sign off and just click, and it's gonna end. Okay. So, but next time, join me next time. So for the people that this is maybe their first time, I actually have music, intro music and exit music. It's kind of soothing. You know, I got some a lady that speaks and says, "Thank you for joining on air with Russell Hotels." Blah 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 blah. If you have any questions, I mean, the best way to reach me, like I said, you can DM me or instant message me, but you can also email me at Russell at russellofhotels.com. That's probably the best way to get a hold of me. So you guys have a great week. Happy Tuesday. Today's Taco Tuesday, right? So go have some tacos, right? That's what I'm gonna do on my way home. So you guys take care, and I will see you soon. Bye.